Stop me when this gets unfamiliar. Auburn fans are still crying.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. He is Daniel. I am Clint. We are glad to be back, glad to be with you. Today's episode brought to you by Mazda. Mazda's fantastic. Move and be moved. They're great. You're great. We're all here, and we're all laughing at you, Auburn fan. And
yeah, I was going to say, not everybody's great. I thought you were going to say they're great, we're great, you're great, but not everyone's great.
No, Auburn fans not great. By the way, our Twitter engagement, our X engagement has skyrocketed because you all, Auburn fan, can't seem to understand that literally the referees cannot put points on the board against you, for you, subtract. It's impossibility. And you had 15 yards of offense in the second half until the final drive. So
stop me. Like, at what point are we actually looking at a man's fist and claiming it's a football? Like,
the entire time.
His elbow, there's his elbow, and then there's another player's arm, and then where's his hand?
He, as far as I know, Raylan Wilson does in fact have.
He's either an amputee,
correct,
or that's the man's fist that you're pointing at and claiming that his fist scored a touchdown for you.
Or the ball has become oblong shaped in such a fascinating way that Tom Brady is proud of how much deflated pressure is out of this ball. That's what we're trying to say. Auburn fans, you guys are the worst. Glad you're not here. You want to leave the SEC? No one is stopping you.
Oh my gosh. Can we have Georgia Tech instead? They're ranked.
Bring them on.
They're a ranked team.
They're
relevant in the national landscape of college football.
I'd make that trade today, by the way.
Why wouldn't you?
Okay. Daniel, this game, we've had time to digest and we've had time upon further review. This is what we do every single Monday. We overreact on Saturday. We get in our feels. It's a heck of a time. Monday, we come back and we're a little bit more clear-headed with our thoughts. We have some thoughts that we've gone back and reassessed and looked at the game again. I've watched it again because it's glorious. That's all that it's just glorious. Where do you want to start? What is the thing that stands out to your mind more than anything else?
Well, when I think about this game and I look back on it, you know, you listen to Kirby talk about it in the post-game presser. There's very clearly a problem with this Georgia team. Okay? And it's troubling to me. He walked this back a little bit, and it kind of felt like he was trying to make a point initially, but they said, what kind of adjustments did you make at halftime? And he very quickly said, none. We didn't make any adjustments.
Yo, Kirby, come on.
Okay. Because if that's true, I have a real problem with what you're saying. He walked it back a little bit, but the point that he was trying to make was that it wasn't massive adjustments that he felt like changed the game. They did change some schematic things. He did compliment Glenn Schumann, which, bros gonna be bros,
stick with your dude, Kirby. Go for it.
Stick with your guy. Yeah. My problem is if you didn't make that many adjustments, what we're saying is
go ahead.
The players just aren't ready to play. Now, he did say they had the bye week. They came out, ran some things we weren't ready for. Okay. Well, what about in the second quarter?
That's the question.
They ran like 48 plays in the first half. What about towards the end? The only play we stopped them on in the entire first half was Raylan Wilson's fist on the goal line. Like that was it. That was the total. I mean, I guess we did hold them to a field goal, so we did get one third down stop.
Did have two penalties on that.
That was from the 5-yard line. So
correct.
The defense couldn't stop anybody in the first half, and Kirby is literally making it seem like the only problem was we couldn't strike blockers and make tackles. That's a huge problem if you're the University of Georgia.
Let me give you some actual statistics for this. First half defenses, yards per play. SEC teams, defense, their yards per play, and then success rate.
This is only in the first half.
Only first half. You want a low success rate. If you have a high success rate, that's against you. It's not good. You want lower numbers better here. Golf on the success rate, yards per play, also golf. Lower is better. Oklahoma leading the SEC 4.6 in the first half, 4.6 yards per play. Success rate 30%, 30.8%. Very good. Very, very good. I have to go way down the list.
Oh, dear.
6.3 yards per play, the same as Kentucky.
Okay.
Success rate of 49.7. Again, same as Kentucky in their league. Kentucky has 50.5% success rate. That's the first half. All of a sudden, you get to the second half. Here's where things get wild.
Yeah.
Second half yards per play. The number one team in the SEC is, in fact, Georgia. They go from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th in the SEC.
I'm sorry. There are not that many more teams than that.
12th in the SEC, by the way. Come back and check on Ole Miss preview because Ole Miss is below us, but I digress. Second half comes out. We're number one. We jump 11 spots, 4.2 yards per play, and success rate 33.1%. Expected efficiency is a negative number.
Well, that's what happens when you hold a team to 15 yards in the second half.
All stats brought to you by Dawgs Stats. Go check him out on X. He's fantastic. He's been with us a number of times. Daniel, that's a change, a definitive metric change. Kirby Smart,
and Kirby Smart is leading you to believe that the change is, wait for it, in the second half, they want to play football.
Okay.
That's not me putting words in. Like, that's literally the conclusion that he's asking you to draw. It's not adjustments. We're not changing any game plans. The reality is the reason we play better defense in the second half is because we just came out and struck blockers and we tackled well. Like,
so why don't you want to play in the first half?
What is happening? Like, I get he's annoyed with the question, like, what can you do to help this team start faster? Well, if we knew that, we'd do it every week. And if it was a magic pill or blah, 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 we'd take, like, okay, but whose responsibility is it to get the players ready to play?
That's right.
Okay, so the defensive coaching staff led by Glenn Schumann and you, the head coach, like, these are. All right, so
by the way, conspiracy theory that I'm actually fascinated by on Georgia Fan. Glenn Schumann is calling the first half. Kirby Smart is calling the second half.
I would buy that if it were 1 week, but Kirby's not going to mess with like Kirby's not going to mess around like that. Kirby wants to beat Auburn so bad. Like, he wants to beat Auburn worse than you've ever wanted anything in your life. So, like, he wants to beat Auburn so bad. He's not going to mess around with that once it fails the first time, the second time, the third time. Like, this is a perpetual problem that Georgia's running themselves into. Now, I know the offense also started slow in this particular game. We're not trying to let one side off the hook, but
no.
This is now 3 times in 4 SEC games that this exact same thing has happened defensively. Like, at least in the Tennessee game, the offense was on par. In the Alabama game, the offense also got off to a bit of a slow start. So it's 2 out of the last 4 SEC games. The offense has gotten off to a slow start. In 3 out of the last 4 SEC games, the defense has gotten off to a slow start, with the one outlier being Kentucky. This is an issue. I'll tell you why, because there are better teams than Auburn on the schedule remaining. This is not breaking news. Georgia Tech, way better than Auburn. Not just this year, but as a program right now, Georgia Tech is better than Auburn.
Correct.
I don't want to talk about tradition. I don't want to talk about what I'm talking about. Program trajectory right now, Georgia Tech is categorically better than Auburn.
Correct.
There are better teams on the schedule. One of them is Ole Miss this week. You're not going to be – Kirby said it. This is not the most explosive offense the world has ever seen. you're not going to be able to continue to come from behind week after week after week after week. This is a massive issue. We're going to talk more about it. We're going to get some of Clint's thoughts. We're going to talk about the other observations that we had from the game on Saturday. But first, these.
These are, in fact, Mazda. This is brought to you by Mazda, moving the game forward for those who believe it's not just about playing the game. It's about redefining it. These are moments that do more than just put points on the board. They move crowds, culture, and keep moving the game forward, just like Raylan Wilson's punch and Gunnar Stockton's Superman is moving the team forward and the culture for Georgia. That's exactly what we saw happen on Saturday. When you follow what moves you, the unexpected is only the beginning. And just like there's more at every highlight, there's more to a Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. Daniel, thing that stuck out to me, this Auburn game was weird. The second half, first half, we talked about the adjustments that Kirby didn't want to admit he made. And look, I get it a little bit because you're not going to go ahead and you're not going to blab out trade secrets in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Which you could just say that. You could just say, I'm not going to tell you what we told them. We got with the guys and we figured out the game plan. We got them their assignments and we're good to go. Okay, great. That's fair. But it's clear as day they're making adjustments. The thing I want to talk about is a trend on offense that I'm seeing.
Okay.
And a trend on defense that I'm seeing that should only encourage us more. I'm going to go to stats just for a hot minute here to back this one up. Georgia's defense, we've talked about the offense being, we could say, slow start in this game, but they've been fine. We've been very happy with the production that we've seen out of this offense. Well, Daniel's really interesting to me. Offense ranks actually in the SEC points per game below Mississippi State, below A&M, and just above Oklahoma at 32.1 points per game.
Yeah, not surprising to me.
That's low comparatively to the rest of everybody else. Again, Mississippi State, A&M, Alabama, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Missouri, Vanderbilt, Tennessee above us. When we go to the defensive side of the ball, points per game defensively, 17 points per game. Isn't that a little shocking to you, Daniel? Like we're fifth in the SEC, by the way, in points per game given up.
Yeah, it's not shocking to me when you think about it. Points per game per first half. Now give me that stat, Clint. Because you gave up 24 to Alabama in the game. Okay. Guess how many you gave up in the first half? 24. You gave up 10 to Auburn in the game. Guess how many you gave up in the first half? 10. Like, it's not how many points you're giving up. It's when you're giving them up.
Now, there are two things. I want to talk about that trend. It's when you're giving them up. Balloons are flying all over the place on YouTube if you're not over there. If you're on YouTube, go subscribe to audio. On audio, go subscribe to YouTube. Help the boys out. By the way, over 14,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah,
huge.
Why are there not 14,000 subscribers on Spotify? All we're asking is if you're just go click the little button on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Like, click, follow. That's all.
Okay. The trend I'm seeing, I'm going to talk about snap counts on the defensive side of the ball. Because here's what I'm seeing. Opposite corner from Dalen Everett is going to be a rotation until we solidify that. Okay, I'm fine with it. Safety,
I love DeMello Jones, by the way. I'm in it. I'm sorry. If we might push this into the third segment, whatever, it doesn't matter. DeMello Jones gets called for a pass interference. Kirby wasn't upset about it.
He was not.
I'm not upset about it.
No, you shouldn't.
He's making a good play on the ball. DeMello Jones is physical. He's long. He's athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And he's figuring it out on the fly. We got some pushback about Ellis Robinson in the overreaction. Some people reaching out to us. I'm not hating everything that I'm seeing out of Ellis Robinson these days. I think between those two guys, they're both figuring it out. Now, again, there are bigger tests than Auburn. I know Auburn's got big receivers, but the passing game ain't it. I actually really like what I'm seeing out of those two guys, particularly DeMello Jones. I'm on board.
I'm glad you are on board. I'm happy to see him out there as well. Safety is going to be a little bit more rotational as well. But I think this game, the second half, what I saw really, really changed some things, Daniel.
Okay.
The linebackers.
Let's talk about the linebackers. A unit that we, by the way, said, just to set the scene, was going to be the best unit of any position group in the entire country on any team.
That is what we said.
Okay. It is not in the top 5 position groups on Georgia's current roster, but we were wrong about that by a lot, is all I'm trying to say. Like, by a lot.
But you know what, Daniel?
Yeah. Talk to me.
We're seeing a little bit of a change. Change one, CJ Allen is being let loose to do what he does well. And you know what he does really well? Hunt.
Run to ball, hit ball.
That's it. Now, Raylan Wilson and CJ Allen are a little similar-ish in that capacity. Okay. Their hunt, radar, go find ball is there. A guy who has a different skill set, a different ability. He's still a hunter, but he is a little bit more read, a little bit more react, a little bit more get off blocks. Justin Williams. Justin Williams is able to get off blocks very, very well. CJ Allen, not as much. Raylan Wilson, not as much. We saw Raylan Wilson down to the end zone. I get it. That punch in the ball, that was huge, but the touchdown run, he got washed out in that, couldn't get off the block when he blitzes. But CJ Allen, open field, a lot of green grass. He's quick. He's athletic. He's incredible. He can hunt you down. Justin Williams is actually a counterpart to both Raylan and CJ, and the snap counts that CJ Allen is having are steady. The ones for Raylan Wilson are decreasing a bit, and the ones for Justin Williams are going up. I like this. I like seeing Horton get more snap counts. That's been incredible. We're seeing Big Joe come along in he's getting the same amount of snap counts, but his productivity is high. His grading is high. And I see the same thing out of Elijah Griffin. They're all getting better, and I'm seeing more guys who are playing better get more snap counts, DeMello Jones included. This defense is taking steps forward, and I think it continues to do so. I think people are seeing it. I think coaches are seeing it. I think the rest of America is seeing it. And this defense showed a lot. Horton got some pressures. McLeod got some pressures. We saw guys starting to break the pocket. And it wasn't what I wanted to see. Again, Auburn came off of watching our defense against Alabama and drew a pretty good game plan that first half. That like I'll give credit where credit is due. Did a pretty dang good job. However, the right guys are getting on the field. This defense is turning the corner and is going to continue that trajectory up. I think the best days are ahead of us on defense. Yeah. Being 5th in the nation. I mean, we're starting from top half of the SEC, and it's going to get better as the season goes on. Daniel, I saw a lot of that on Saturday when looking back and watching the game again.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I do think Justin Williams snaps continuing to go up. We saw Chris Cole again continuing to get a lot of snaps. And I don't think either of us are sitting here saying take Raylan Wilson or CJ Allen off the field, because those are good players. They're very important to Georgia's success. But I do think what we're seeing is some guys like Elo Mendoza.
Yep.
Not necessarily contributing in the ways that we want. I thought Quintravious Johnson had his best game as Georgia Bulldog. I mentioned that on Saturday night. And I love to see that. So far this year, his production value has been relatively low. That outside linebacker unit as a whole, not necessarily been performing the way that we wanted them to, maybe hoped that they would coming into the season. By the way, Georgia fans, that Damon Wilson loss, it just looks worse and worse and worse the further you go. It's okay to admit when bad things happen to your team. That's just a public service announcement. But I like the idea of getting more of these inside backers on the field at the same time. Correct. You saw that in 2021, Georgia have immense success playing 3 inside linebackers at the same time, right? Channing Tindall playing alongside Kobe Dean and Quay Walker.
Right.
So I think you need to see more of that. You're going to continue to see more Raylan Wilson, Chris Cole, and Justin Williams.
We saw
CJ Allen, Raylan Wilson, and Chris Cole. Like we're going to continue to see that. And so the snap counts for each of these guys, I think will continue to go up. Hopefully guys like Quintavious Johnson continue to elevate their games and play well. We got a little bit more that we're going to talk about.
We got to go to the offensive side of the ball
upon further review. But first, these
are in fact FanDuel NFL season here. FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss right now. New customers bet just $5, get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, guess what? $300 bonus bets to use across the app. Whether you're a casual fan and love diving into the stats, dog stats, we see you. FanDuel makes the game day experience
nothing casual about dog stats.
No, there's zero casual about him, and there's zero casual about FanDuel. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and get started. But that's not all. We also have Monarch Money. Monarch Money is fantastic. This episode brought to you by Monarch Money because they're the people that are keeping track of all of your spending. You don't have the full picture. You can end up leaving money on the table, and that's why Monarch Money is an all-in-one personal finance on your laptop or your phone. It's built for people with busy lives. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money. You can identify all the things that you haven't seen in a very long time, notice insufficient investment allocation, and find those forgotten 401ks from past jobs. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONCollege at monarchmoney.com in the browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONCollege.
Heading over to the offensive side of the ball, Clint, the land of Gunnar Stockton.
And Mike Bobo. If Mike Bobo and I were to go on a European vacation,
oh my, this took a turn.
I'm just letting you know, I would let him do what you want to go visit sites, Mike Bobo. I'd go with you. I wouldn't tell him no, is what I'm trying to say to you, Daniel. Okay. If he and I were on a vacation and he wanted to go to Spain and he wanted to get some cilantro chopping and make a nice little tortilla,
sure,
it would be fantastic. I would. Because
fine with you.
He's that good.
He seems to make good decisions.
He makes
what you're trying to say.
Good decisions. Daniel, that's what I'm trying to say to you.
Listeners, I don't know why he didn't just come out and say he makes good decisions, but I tried to get us there. So you'll see that I've done my job.
You've done your job. Yeah. Look, Mike Bobo, Gunnar Stockton, Zachariah Branch, McCray, by the way.
Yep.
By the end of the year.
Okay, say more. I
don't know if this is fact because Chauncey Bowens and Nate Free, but by the end of the year, Josh McCray just might predator his way into the alpha pecking order and continue stiff arming people into the ground in such a capacity in which Kirby Smart says, "That's my dude. Let's ride."
Yeah.
Like this offense has all the makings. There's not a missing link in this offense. Power run game, check. Zone cutback, check. Spread, check. Quick game, check. Short game, long game, explosive. We have it all. Tight end, wide receiver. There are so many mouths to feed in this offense and so many guys to do it. We had a number of drops. Those will get cleaned up because I believe in this wide receiver group more than I did last year's wide receiver group. Gunnar Stockton is making the throws. I went back and looked at some things. A couple of UGA greats disparaging Gunnar Stockton on his throwing ability of layering the football. They went back. They backed off their assessment on Saturday. And they said, actually, looking back on it, no. Guys, this offense has every single ingredient that you need. And we're coming along. This is a new group, new offensive line. I still say that is one of the main issues that have plagued us is this injury. Monroe Freeling, by the way, turns out he is playing with some sort of hardened cast on his ankle or foot. Like
it is not good.
But that's a dog. Just I get it. Get healthy, but that dude is playing through something.
Look at the left side of the offensive line. Those two dudes are more hurt than likely you, listener, or I have ever been in our entire lives. Like
facts.
Kirby Smart literally says Micah Morris is hanging on by a thread. How thick of a thread must it be if Micah Morris is hanging on by it? That's my first question. And secondly, I don't think we comprehend how injured this offensive line is. We are throwing guys out there. I don't think we will be healthy all year. I don't think we will be ready like all year. I'm telling you, you can think whatever you want about Ernest Green, whatever you want.
Sure.
We need him to get back and be healthy because we need more bodies that are capable of playing the position. Period. I don't care what your thoughts are about his abilities or how he's done in the past. Georgia needs more healthy offensive linemen. It's bad.
It's bad. Again, Bo Hughley should not be playing right tackle. But I went back and I watched Gunnar Stockton play again. Guys, I'm convinced this guy loves playing football for Georgia more than you and I will ever be a fan of Georgia in our lives. Daniel and I have basically one hobby. We don't have hobbies. Okay. Like our expansive list. We're not going to be on Jeopardy anytime.
Nope.
People aren't going to ask us to be world leaders for Congress or
no.
We do Georgia football. We bleed Georgia. Gunnar Stockton has us beat by a country mile in that regard. This man loves this team, will play for this team, and other dudes love it. Did you see Oscar Delp after that Superman touchdown come out and do the expose S Superman because he was blocking for our man as he dove for it and didn't care he didn't catch anything? He was happy for Gunnar and happy for Georgia. These guys, it's a different feel to this team this year. The moxie is there, the excitement is there, and Gunnar Stockton's leading the helm. And I'll tell you what, the guys are going to go into battle for him. It's why when he came in against Notre Dame, he did just fine. Playoff last year, and guys wanted to play for him. Talent wasn't there. I think this year it's totally different. But this offense, Daniel, again, I continue to impress upon us. No matter what scheme we run, no matter what defense we face, and we face different defenses this year. Auburn is I don't know if Georgia fans are ready to hear. Auburn's a top 5 defense. They've had a run of bad luck. They're a top 5 defense.
Auburn's defense is elite.
Yeah.
Auburn's offense is historically bad. Like, the fact that we gave up so much offense to them in the first half, it wasn't just that they scored. It was like who Auburn is and the fact that they were able to score so easily. Auburn's defense is elite. Kirby's talking about this is not an explosive offense. We move with efficiency. We get 5-6 yards at a time. Yeah, I like that. I like our ability to run the ball. I like our ability to do that. I like the short passing game. Georgia fans hate the screen game to Branch. I don't care. I love it. It's awesome because Zachariah Branch is a better athlete than anybody on any team in America.
Correct.
So why would you not give him the ball? Anyway, I'm actually not worried about this offense's ability to create explosive plays. Nope. Did you see Noah Thomas in this game?
Yeah.
Did you see Talon Taylor in the Alabama game? Did you see Colby Young mistime his jump and miss an explosive play? Elias Williams. Did you see him drop a ball, miss an explosive play? I'm not worried about this Georgia team's ability. I was worried about last year, our ability to create explosive plays. Do you know why? Because we didn't have a daggum fool that could catch the football to save our life.
Nope.
This wide receiver room. What? I know Dylan Bell was on the team last year, and Dylan Bell is on the team this year. I'm trying to tell you, they're not the same human person. I watched the games last year, and I'm watching the games this year. They're not the same person.
No.
Who is let's real quick. In some order, Zachariah Branch, Colby Young, London Humphreys.
Yeah.
Oscar Delp.
Third down get, by the way, London.
Yeah. Oscar Delp. Cash Jones. Noah Thomas. Stop me when I get to someone who is worse than any receiver on Georgia's team last year. Any receiver. Dylan Bell this year.
Continue. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Sokovie White?
Maybe.
So we're talking about Georgia's got so many more guys. I'm not worried about our ability to create. Those explosive plays are going to come. I'm not worried about that. We keep running the ball like we're doing, both in the screen game and in the run game. We keep the offensive line relatively healthy.
Yep.
I like this Georgia offense. I'm fine with this Georgia offense. I like this Georgia defense in the second half. What if we played defense for the whole game, y'all, against Ole Miss, just for me, because I'll be there. Just for me.
One time. Your boys are going to be there in Athens for the Ole Miss game. Come say hi to us. Come hang out. He is Daniel. I am Clint. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya.